You need to hear this if you're a cruise lover, because cruising in 2025 is about to change in ways you never imagined. Forget everything you thought you knew about endless ocean views, gourmet buffets, and effortless relaxation. The biggest cruise trends of 2025, skyrocketing prices, disappearing perks, and cruise changes that will impact every traveler. Even loyalty programs, once your ticket to VIP treatment, are being completely overhauled. Here's what to expect on cruises in 2025. So, is cruising still worth it? In this video, we're diving into 7 major changes shaking up the cruise world right now. And more importantly, what they mean for your experience, your budget, and your vacation happiness. Let's get into it. Let's start with the one you feel the moment you board, a wave of offers and upgrades coming at you from every direction. Cruising used to mean one price for everything, but now nearly 70% of passengers report being pitched add-ons before they even reach their cabin. Now, it can feel like you're being sold something at every turn: Wi-Fi, photo packages, even priority access to shows. From specialty dining being pitched while you're still at the buffet, to pop-up tastings and chef's tables that cost extra, to the drink of the day that somehow isn't part of your unlimited drink package, or surprise charges for specialty coffees and bottled water. Even spa tours often turn into full-blown sales presentations, with raffles and seminars designed to sell you products. All these upsells chip away at that carefree, all-in-one vibe. In fact, the average cruiser now spends 30% more on board than on their base fare. What this means for you need a game plan. Upsell strategies are getting smarter, with targeted offers sent to your phone and personalized deals based on your spending habits. Pro tip: before you board, decide what extras are worth it. Set a budget and use the cruise app to track your spending and avoid impulse buys. Pre-book dining, drink packages, Wi-Fi, and excursions where it makes sense. They're usually cheaper in advance and help you avoid the hard sell on board. And once you're on board, give yourself permission to say no thanks and keep it moving, so you can actually enjoy your cruise upsell free. More people are cruising than ever before. Cruise lines are reporting record bookings and ships are sailing at full capacity. And, well, it definitely shows. Pool decks are packed shoulder to shoulder and buffet lines can snake around corners, especially on sea days. At some ports, 4 or 5 ships might dock at once, flooding the area with thousands of passengers. One traveller recently joked it felt like Times Square at New Year's Eve, except with more sun hats. Activities fill up fast, and lines for everything from water slides to coffee can test your patience. Some guests say it can feel less like a vacation and more like a theme park on a Saturday afternoon. And then there's the behavior. With so many people, tempers can flare. There have been viral videos of arguments over lounge chairs and elevator space. The infamous towel on the chair for 8 hours trick is alive and well, despite cruise lines trying to crack down with new policies and staff patrols. And of course, there's always that one guest who's had way too many drinks before noon. Bartenders are now trained to spot and gently handle these situations. So how are cruise lines responding? Some are rolling out reservation systems for shows and dining, while others are adding more staff to manage crowds and keep things moving. For passengers, comfort and space now require a bit more strategy. Pro tip: use port days to enjoy the ship when it's quiet and eat at off-peak times to avoid the crowds. Book private or small group excursions to skip the tourist chaos. Many lines now offer exclusive experiences for a fee. The more you plan for peace, the more you'll find it, even in a sea of people. Remember printed cruise planners, paper maps, and even those old shipboard phones, and chatting with a human at guest services or waiting in line to book a shore excursion. Now, you're doing it all on your phone, from restaurant reservations and activity schedules to unlocking your cabin door and even boarding the ship with facial recognition. Want to see the lunch menu or order a drink? Just scan a QR code or tap a button. Some ships even have robot bartenders mixing your cocktails. Cruise apps are helpful until they're not. If your phone dies, the Wi-Fi drops, or the app glitches, you're stuck. Sometimes even locked out of your room or missing out on activities. What this means for you: you'll be glued to a screen unless you set boundaries. It's easy to miss the ocean views when you're busy troubleshooting tech. Pro tip: at the start of each day, screenshot your schedule and reservations, or jot them down the old-fashioned way. Then, turn on airplane mode, or use a wearable wristband for payments and access. You get the convenience without constantly checking your phone, and that's a win. Tech can make cruising smoother, but the real magic is still outside your screen. Here's the harsh truth: cruise prices are rising faster than ever. According to industry experts, average fares in 2025 are up nearly 20% compared to just 3 years ago. And while you're paying more, the perks are shrinking. Free amenities like welcome drinks and chocolates on your pillow are disappearing. Gratuities have jumped. Some lines now charge over $18 per person per day. Drink packages that once included specialty coffees and bottled water now cost extra, with some packages up 30% since 2022. Even basic fares have climbed, with inside cabins on popular routes now costing as much as ocean view rooms did a few years ago. Meanwhile, food portions are noticeably smaller, and daily housekeeping is being replaced by every other day service on many ships. Dining options are shrinking too. Buffets close earlier, and some specialty restaurants now require an extra fee for dishes that used to be included. Free room service is vanishing. Now even a simple sandwich might come with a delivery charge. Entertainment options are being trimmed, with fewer live shows and cancelled themed nights. For example, Royal Caribbean has cut back on their signature themed parties, and some lines have reduced the number of live performances per sailing. As a result, many passengers say the cruise experience feels less luxurious than it did just a few years ago, despite the higher price tag. But there are still ways to save. Experts recommend booking during shoulder seasons or looking for last-minute deals to offset rising costs. Repositioning cruises, for example, can offer up to 40% off standard fares and often include extra perks. And remember, even with these cutbacks, a cruise still bundles lodging, meals, and entertainment in a way that's tough to match on land, especially if you know how to find the best value. So do your research, compare lines, and look for those hidden deals, because in 2025, cruising smart is more important than ever. Ships today are massive. We're talking full water parks, go-karts, ice skating rinks, and honestly, more dining venues than you can count. Cruise lines are racing to build even bigger ships, each one packed with more features and entertainment than the last. It's impressive, but also a bit overwhelming. With so many options, you might spend more time figuring out where to go than actually enjoying yourself. And bigger ships can't always dock at every port. Sometimes you'll need to tender, or you might miss out on smaller, more unique destinations. What this means for you: you've got more choices than ever, but you also need a plan to avoid burnout and disappointment. Pro tip: know your cruise style. Want action and excitement? Mega ships like Icon of the Seas deliver. Prefer relaxation and simpler navigation? Look for smaller or mid-sized ships that can access a wider range of ports. Bigger isn't always better, it's just bigger, and it comes with its own set of decisions. Around the world, more and more cruise ports are starting to say no more, and it's changing how and where ships can visit. Cities like Venice, Key West, parts of the Greek Isles, Dubrovnik, Barcelona, and even Amsterdam are limiting how many ships can dock, or banning them altogether. The reasons? It's not just about overcrowding. Local communities are worried about environmental damage, air pollution, and the impact on their daily lives. Some ports are also struggling with infrastructure limits and want to preserve their historic sites. For passengers, this means that bucket list itineraries might be changing or even disappearing, sometimes at the last minute. But cruisers are adapting by staying flexible, researching alternative ports, and embracing new adventures. Cruise lines are responding by exploring lesser-known ports, opening up hidden gems, offering fewer crowds, and giving travelers a more authentic local experience. So, while it might feel like a loss at first, these changes could lead to your next big discovery and a whole new way to cruise. If this video is helping you cruise smarter, hit that like button. It lets YouTube know this content matters and helps more travelers find it. This is the one that has long-time cruisers feeling the most betrayed. Across the industry, loyalty programs are being overhauled, and not always for the better. Loyalty programs, once a big reason to stick with your favorite cruise line, are changing fast. Carnival, for example, slashed key VIP perks like free laundry and priority boarding for lower tiers. Royal Caribbean has tweaked their Crown and Anchor Society, making it harder to reach higher tiers and reducing some sweet guest benefits. Norwegian's Latitudes rewards now require more nights for the same perks. Other lines are reworking or devaluing their benefits, and passengers are venting online, some even considering switching brands after years of loyalty. You used to earn free drinks, priority check-in, exclusive events. Now, many of these perks are reserved for only the highest tiers or require extra spending. Now, those perks might cost extra or be gone entirely. Some lines are even charging for what used to be complimentary gifts or room upgrades. What this means for you, being loyal might no longer pay off like it used to. Many cruisers are rethinking their strategies. Pro tip: be a free agent. Compare ships, not brands. Look for special promotions, onboard credits, and value-added packages instead of just chasing points. Maximize your benefits by booking when bonuses are high, stacking offers, and using points for things you actually want, like upgrades or onboard credit. The days of sticking with one cruise line just for perks may be over, and honestly, that could actually put the power back in your hands. Shop around and let the best value win. Yes, cruising is changing, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. With a little awareness and the right strategies, you can still have an incredible, memorable vacation on your terms. What changes have you noticed on your recent cruises? What do you love? And what's driving you nuts? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're wondering where I'm heading next, check out our cruise reveal video. It's linked right here. Thanks for sailing with a forever diverse journeys. I'll see you in the next one.